briefing from the Traffic Directorate. That is effective 12th June to 18th June 2022. During that period, we registered the number of traffic accidents, a total of 355, and out of those, 50 accidents were fatal, 204 were serious, 101 were minor. We had accident victims. There were 322 accident victims during that period, and out of these, 57 people died and 265 sustained serious injuries. Remember, there is a week before this one that we are reporting. That is from 5th June to 11th June. That week too registered fatalities on the road. And a total of 419 accidents were registered during that period. Out of those, 67 were fatal, 236 were serious, and 116 were minor. The victims during that period from 5th June to 11th June 2022, there were 399 accident victims during that period. And out of those, 81 people died and 318 sustained serious injuries. Traffic Directorate goes ahead to do enforcement and operations on the roads every day. And on that note, we remind all drivers who are driving on the roads to be competent. You must drive with a valid driving license. And you should move with a copy of that driving license. If you've never attained one, do not drive. If it's expired, don't drive. If you're driving a vehicle that's out of class on the driving license that you hold, do not drive, because we shall arrest you and take you to court. The operations on border borders carrying more than one passenger is still continuing. In addition to those ones riding motorcycles without wearing crash helmets. These operations will continue because we have to enforce border borders to ensure that they get discipline on the roads. All those operating driving schools are reminded to renew their operating licenses. You know, to operate a driving school, you must have a driving license that permits you to train people to drive vehicles on the road. So you must have an operating license to train people how to drive. Most of the driving schools out there, the licenses are expired and they are not bothered to renew them. And on the same note, we warn whoever is operating a driving school illegally. We are going to do operations. The testing of buses, that is Class DE, and trailer Class CE, will only be handled at IOV headquarters. We have IOVs in the whole country. Every region has an IOV, an Inspectorate of Vehicles. These are the people who test you before you get a driving license. They test you all the classes. So as a directorate, we've decided if you must be tested for the class of the bus, that is DE, and the class of the trailer, the CE, the testing will only be done at our headquarter offices of IOV Naguru, not any other IOV center in the country. All bus owners are reminded to check the EPS status of their vehicles. Check if your bus has pending EPS tickets, those traffic tickets. Also, make sure your vehicle has a renewed PSV to operate on the road. In addition, that bus must have a valid third-party insurance to operate on that road. In case of an accident and you don't have third party on that bus, I don't know what you'll do because you're on the road illegally. You're not supposed to operate any vehicle on the road without third-party insurance. The PSV license is the one that gives you permission to ferry people in that car. So if it's expired, what are those people doing in that car? That means you're operating illegally. And if you have EPS tickets, those are the police fines, and you've not paid them, we shall impound that bus and inconvenience people. So to avoid inconveniences, make sure the vehicle has a PSV license that is valid. third-party insurance that is valid, and no pending EPS tickets on that car.